Hello, welcome to more yoga with me, Emily. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you are all doing well on this, for me, sunny morning. Who knows when you end up getting a chance to watch this video or practice with me. As always, if you have any requests or comments, shoot them down the Slack line or post them in the comments so that I can get some feedback. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep doing what I love to do most, which is move in a way that feels good to me. And something that I feel like I've needed recently is some twists. So this is all going to be about twisting, right? Easy twist, passive twist, active twist, deep twists. If you are pregnant, don't twist deeply. And in fact, you won't be able to anyway at a certain point because a baby will be in the way. If you are experiencing any discomfort, well, discomfort is one thing, but if you're experiencing any pain with a twist, back out of it, right? You still want to be able to breathe. And actually, that leads me to the first part about twisting, is that sometimes when we get into deep twists, you're trying to maintain the belly yoga breath, but when your belly is really twisted and deeply compressed, it gets hard to puff the belly, right? So at that point, you send the breath into the chest so that there's space still for twisting down here. And it's something a little bit counterintuitive in yoga because we usually say try to keep, the breath out of the upper body and more in the lower part of the torso. But anyway, you'll see when we get there. So let's start lying down. You could have your knees bent or straight or hug the knees into the chest if you want for a little bit. Just finding a comfortable position on the earth, whatever that might look like for you today. Today I kind of feel just like being splattered, so that's how I'm going to be. And you might have a few wiggles that you need to get out at first, or maybe you're comfortable being still right away. And then for 3 breaths, inhale through your nose, and gentle sigh of your breath away. It doesn't have to be too deep. And then return to your natural breath, whether that's in and out through your nose or your mouth today. If you're stuffed up like me, it might be your mouth. And then start to draw focus to your breath. Notice where you're breathing in your body, whether it's in the belly or in the rib cage or the upper chest. And then try to bring your breath right into the belly, into the lower belly here. And then let's move up a little bit. Imagine trying to breathe a bit more into the base of your rib cage. So feel the ribs widening with every inhale. And it can help if you rest your hands on your rib cage. To get a bit more feedback. and then send the breath into the chest. So very little movement now in the belly. And then let go of that breath control and return to your natural breath. And then gently bring a little bit of movement back to your body. Oh, maybe a big yawning stretch. And then hug your knees into your chest. And take a little rock from side to side. You could draw circles with your legs here, whether they go the same direction or in opposite directions from each other. And then hug your legs toward each other. Little draw of belly button to spine. Stack your knees over your hips and then bring your shins parallel to the earth. So this is a Pilates style tabletop position. You want to feel like you're pressing your low back into the floor so that you get the engagement of the transversus abdominals. Inhale here, and as you exhale, rather actually as you inhale, bring your knees over to the right. Only so far as you can before you feel like that left shoulder blade is going to lift up. And then as you exhale, bring them back to center. Keep that low back pressed the whole time. Or certainly as you return to center, inhale to the left, exhale to center. So very subtle movement here, right? We're used to kind of flopping the knees around, but you want to really be in control. Legs hugging toward each other the entire time, and sometimes it helps to have a block or something in between as feedback so that you don't lose that activation. Now again, remember you don't want the shoulder blades to lift up, and you don't have to go super far with this over to the side. You'll get the work. Now if you want to make it easier on yourself, then you draw the knees closer to the chest. If you want to make it harder, then you extend the legs. So wherever you need to be, so long as you can maintain the control of low back pressing into the earth when you return to center and the shoulder blades staying rooted. Once more each side. And then return to center. Woo! Hug your knees into your chest, shake it out a little bit. And then you maybe rock and roll up and down your spine. If you want to roll to your side to flip yourself up, then go ahead and do that. And let's meet on hands and knees. Excuse me for a second. That's better. Knees underneath hips, toes tucked or untucked. Hands outer shoulder width apart or a bit wider, and really spread those fingers wide. And then we'll move through cat and cow. Inhale to lift the tailbone, dip the belly, wrap the shoulder blades toward each other, and then exhale, round through your spine. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. So a few more of these undulations on your own time, on your own breath. Move however you need to move. If there's any other natural movement that would feel really good here, then go where you need to go. And then gently return to center. Again, little draw of belly button to spine. And then you might want to bring some padding underneath one of your knees. What you're going to do is step the right leg back. So if you want padding underneath your left knee, then go ahead and take some. And then plant the right hand. Inhale the left arm up to the side. As you exhale, sweep the left arm underneath the right. And you're going to start to bring the side of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder down, side of the head. Now this is a very precarious position sometimes. Maybe you want to bring some lift to bring the floor up to you, wherever you need to go. Right, so it's not as stable as when we have two legs on the floor, but you can get a bit of a deeper twist. Maybe you walk the right fingertips out. Maybe you keep them where they are. You could bring the heel of the hand into the crease of the wrist if you're feeling steady enough here to get lots of traction on the back of that left arm. And then slowly bring your right hand back underneath you. Inhale, press yourself back up. Hands and knees, a little wiggle or shake. And then we'll switch sides. So step the left foot or leg back, toes to the floor, really active through that left leg. Plant the left hand. Inhale the right arm out to the side. Exhale, sweep under the left. And maybe the back of the shoulder and the side of the head can come down to the floor. You can bring blocks or pillows underneath to bring the floor up to you. Maybe you stay here just working on the balance, or maybe you press that left hand in to get even a deeper twist, or give yourself some traction along the back of the right arm. Last breath here. And then slowly bring your left hand back underneath you. Inhale, unwind, little wiggle, twist, cat and cow. And then make sure your hands are nice and wide again. Shoulder width apart or wider, tuck your toes. As you exhale, lift the hips all the way up into downward facing dog. Go ahead and take some movement here. Pedal out the heels or wag your tail from side to side. Bend your knees a little bit more. And then start to hug the upper arm bones a little bit toward each other. Reach the sit bones back. Press into the finger pads and out of the heel of the hands rather. Last breath here. And then bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top edge of your mat. Standing forward fold. Knees can be deeply bent, so much that you're resting your belly comfortably on your upper thighs. You could bring your elbows to rest, or maybe you're just hanging out. You could clasp opposite elbows with hands. You could sway or rock a little bit from side to side. And then release your hands, fingertips to shins. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, let it go. Couple more. And then charge your legs. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer. Release your hands, shake it out a little bit. And then feel a hug of the legs toward the center line. Tailbone to the earth slightly, just so it's not lifting back or tucking under. Little draw of belly button to spine. Shoulder blades on your back. On your inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive or fold down to the earth. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, step your right leg back. Back knee could be up or down. And on your inhale, come up for lunge. Now, if the knee is down, you could use padding underneath that knee. I'm going to do that because that knee is tender these days. And then, as I say, come up for lunge. So you're either in low lunge or high lunge, wherever you need to be. And actually, I'm going to stay here. Wrap the right hip forward, draw the left hip back, squeeze the bum on the back leg. And all of these activations would be the same if that knee is down. And then inhale the arms in front of you. Imagine that you're holding a big grapefruit or pomelo between your hands, shoulder blades back. Inhale here. As you exhale, start to twist open to the left. Inhale here and exhale back. And inhale, twist open. Exhale back. So it's the same twist, just the left arm moving. Make sure that right hip isn't following. And the next time that you open to the left, pause there. And then reach forward and back, up, and reach forward and back up. Once more. And then exhale back to center. Bring your hands to the earth. Bring your back knee down if it was up. And on your exhale, shift your hips back to half splits. A little draw of belly button to spine. Make sure there's a micro bend on that knee. Hands could be on hips, on blocks, on the earth, or a wall. And then try to back out of the depth of the torso so that you have length through the spine, right? Rather than rounding where you are. And then if you have blocks, you could bring one or two inside that front leg. Really wrap that left hip back. And then maybe you start to inhale the left arm open to the left. So you're probably feeling this along the IT band. Really drag that heel back toward you. Option to stay here, option to de-weight that bottom hand. This bottom hand could be on a wall or the top hand. And then slowly inhale back to center and rock forward back into that front knee. And then step to the top edge of your mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left leg back. Again, your back knee could be up or down. And on your inhale, come up for lunge. So either in low lunge or high lunge. If you're in high lunge, you want to sink into that front knee, supercharge the back leg towards straight. And wherever you are, and bring your arms in front of you again like you're holding that giant grapefruit. Inhale here. Exhale, twist open to the right this time. Inhale back to center. And exhale, twist. So again, a few of these on your own time, on your own breath. And the next time that you open up, pause there and lean forward and back and reach forward and back. Last one. And slowly come back to center and then bring your hands to the earth. Bring your back knee to the earth. Shift your hips back for half splits. And hands could be on blocks or on your hips or on the floor. Wrap the left hip forward, draw your right hip back, little micro bend on that front knee. Belly button to spine. Find length through your spine here. And then maybe you bring one block inside your leg, or if you have them, inhale here, exhale, twist to the right. So there's still that little lean on an angle. You could be totally upright as well. The more you lean, the more difficult it will be. Wrap that right hip back. Maybe you stay here, maybe you de-weight that bottom hand. And then inhale back to center. And then exhale, rock forward again, back into that front knee. And then step to the top edge of your mat, standing forward fold. Little wiggle or bounce. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, let it go. Couple more. And then inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer. Shake it out, little noodle or release. And then come to center. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Flip your palms skyward. Grab hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale over to the left. Send the hips to the right. Now you might be so far over on that right foot that the left leg naturally de-weights. You could cross it in front or behind the supporting leg to really anchor into the stretch. But the more length that you can find through the sides of the body, sometimes the deeper your twist can be. And then inhale, back to center. Switch the grip. Left wrist this time, lift tall. Exhale over to the right, hips to the left. Maybe the leg de-weights or crosses in front or behind the supporting leg. Try not to round forward. If anything, lift that top armpit up to the sky. And then inhale, back to center, release, shake it out a little bit. Heel and toe the feet together so that your big toe mounds are touching. There can be space between your heels. And then on your inhale, sit into chair pose. So hips down and back. And then torso high. Tailbone down just to feel the belly button engage toward your spine. Bring your hands to prayer. Use these big inner thigh muscles. Hug your legs toward each other. Takes a lot of the pressure off the tops of the thighs. Inhale here. As you exhale, twist to the left. So right elbow comes to the left knee, or maybe hand to the knee if you don't want to twist quite so deeply. Make sure that right knee isn't sneaking forward. Hug the legs toward each other. Hips low, heart high. You could press palm into palm. You could do fist into palm. You could come to fingertips. You could spread your wings. Hips low, heart high. And then inhale, unwind. Exhale, forward fold. On your inhale, sit back into chair pose, hands in prayer. Hug the legs toward each other. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. So again, make sure that the knees are aligned. Hug the thighs toward each other. Maybe you bring the breath into the chest here, right? Depending on how deep your twist is. Think hips low, heart high. Last couple breaths. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, release, forward fold. Heel and toe the feet apart to hip width. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold. Last one. Okay, charge your legs. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer. Release, shake it out. We're going to do one last set of standing twists, and then we'll go down to the floor. So come back to the top edge of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, little partway lift. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, step your right leg back. Again, back knee could be up or down. And then inhale, come up for lunge. Back out of the hips a little bit to start with, particularly if your knee is down. Bring your hands to prayer. Lean forward on a long line. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. So maybe you bring elbow to knee or hand to knee. Press elbow into knee, knee into elbow, palm into palm to twist the heart up. Right, again, bring the breath up. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you choose to charge the back leg towards straight. Any variation with the hands that you know and love. Last breath here. And then slowly inhale, unwind, and then step to the top edge of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, partway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left leg back. Back knee could be up or down. And then inhale up for lunge. Bring your hands to prayer. Lean forward on that long line. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. You might keep it really open. You might choose to deepen it, elbow to knee, and then spiral those upper right ribs open to the sky. Maybe you're on your knee. Maybe you're on your toes. Bring the breath into the upper chest. The deeper the twist you have. Last 2 breaths here. And then inhale back to center. Exhale. Step to the top edge of your mat. Little wiggle or sway for 3 breaths. Inhale, lift up partway. Exhale, let it all go. 2 more. Plant your hands. Step back to hands and knees. Little wiggle or shake. Cat and cow, just release those core muscles. And then swing to your hips so that you can roll down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Little rock from side to side. Finally, we'll end with a passive twist. So a nice stretch. Right arm out to the side. Shift your hips to the right. Exhale. Lower your knees to the left. Breath slow and sweet. As gentle or as deep of a twist as you need. And then inhale back to center. Reset your spine and your pelvis. And then twist to the right. Left arm goes out to the side. Again, as gentle or as deep of a twist as you need. The last 2 breaths here. And then inhale back to center. If there's anything else you feel like you need before your rest, please feel free to take it. Otherwise, start to think about where you would like to go, whether you end up flat on your back, legs bent or straight. For Shavasana, you could rest on your side or in a seated meditation, maybe child's pose, wherever you need to be. Once you've found your pose of rest for 3 breaths, inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh. And a breath away. 2 more. And with each exhale, let your body melt a little bit deeper into the earth. And let go of all breath control, all muscle tension or gripping, particularly in your face or your jaw. And stay here longer if you can, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.